Okay, because it's just confusing to me, I mean, just as a layman, but it costs $250,000, $230,000 per side.
Because you're rebuilding.
Because we're rebuilding, so a lot of that's
crushing and hauling. In this
Okay.
case, you're just tearing, separating, and hauling, recycling the metals, grinding the concrete, hauling it out.
Okay,
And
so
when
at
you're done, it's low and sealed.
$250,000, and based on things, maybe Commissioner Albee wasn't really too far off, because when he made that statement, I mean,
I think
commodities were going through the roof.
And I
They were
think
at
his
their peaks.
assumption, I'm not speaking for him, but I think his assumption was that a portion of that building would remain. And I think that's where the 100 was chosen, I think, originally. Is
Okay,
that
so $250,000.
I don't think it was ever assumed it would all go.
Thank you very much. That enlightens me a lot. Thank you very much. And if I may ask another question, and this is, and I apologize because I know this is not the final plan, but I'm just, because there's been a lot of discussion about renovating the laundry, which is part of, you know, what we're talking about for the renovations of the old nursing home, and that the current nursing home does have.
No, that's
That's
the
the
new
new one.
building.
That's the new building.
We don't have a picture, that's our new
That's the
building.
new building.
Okay.
I don't know. In this picture, there's a laundry. I see laundry written right there.
It's only for personal clothing.
Right, there are a few laundry centers in the building purely for, and I'm speaking for nursing now, but purely for resident laundry so it doesn't get lost.
Okay, so
It's not a commercial level laundry to do sheets and that sort of thing. It's purely some
There's no
personal.
laundry in there.
That's not,
There's no
I don't know,
laundry
that's
room,
probably
but
just a storage for laundry.
There's clean linen, there's a clean linen storage space, and there's just, all there is a couple of residential units. For just
Bob,
doing a
if
few
you want to
personal-
get, you want to give us.
That was an original, that's not the design of the building, that has been changed since, that drawing there goes way back.
right. Okay.
Okay,
So there is
no laundry facility in the new building. There is one residential washing machine and one residential dryer in our rehabilitation wing that's used for
Second floor.
retraining residents to do their own laundry again. It is not to be used for us to do laundry, even resident clothing. It's just for retraining.
Okay.
My error.
Okay. So because there was a mention that the old nursing homes laundry facilities are still being used, and they're still being used for what it was used before was the basically
Personal.
for personal laundry. Okay.
My apologies. I thought we had a couple of washers in there for persons, but I guess it is still next door.
Okay. And I guess from, and you may not have been involved in the project, but it's my understanding you're also involved with the new, it's not very new anymore, I suppose, but the new jail.
I was not.
Okay.
No.
So there, I would anticipate there must be some sort of laundry facility in the jail
Yes, there is.
to do the laundry work there. Okay.
The sheets are still being sent out,
sheets
but
in
all
the
of the inmate clothing is done there. Yep.
Okay. Okay.
We don't do sheets here. We don't do any bedding here
Right.
on
Right.
complex.
It's a
Right.
contract. It's a contract.
Pretty much everyone's just personal,
Yep.
per se, laundry is done in-house, and all the commercial laundry is kept commercial. And so would it be is it possible to use the jail's current laundry facilities, and this may not be directed toward you, but is it possible to use the current jail's laundry facilities to maintain the current level of laundry that we're doing which is basically personal clothing? Would that be something that we would, because that seems to be part of the mix here, is what do we do? Could we do the laundry at the jail and possibly even have our visitors who are there at the jail provide the labor to maintain this laundry?
They are provided, to answer your last question, they are doing the laundry with inmates.
Is there enough
Capacity?
Could there be enough capacity for the existing,
I don't know.
to take over what the nursing home is doing? Is it possible?
Representative, we run laundry 6 days a week, and it's typically done for our entire facility in about 4 or 5 hours over the course of a day. To staff it and have inmates do the labor, I don't have the staffing to accommodate that need, no sir.
But I don't understand what he's saying.
But
So,
do you?
wait a minute, you have to supervise the laundry, production
If you
for
were
the
going-
4 or 5 days.
if you-
Representative Umberger doesn't quite understand the figures that you just told us, so would you want to come, and this is Jason, from our jail.
Jason Johnson.
Jason Johnson, he's our superintendent of jail, of the jail.
Currently, we don't staff the laundry right now because we do our own laundry in-house. Bring laundry in from the outside, you have the risk of introducing contraband, and then you would want to staff that. So,
Well,
well,
yeah,
and just,
from the nurse,
it's not to laugh at it, man, but Rockingham County just had a large drug bust through their laundry, and it was being done by inmates with
Yeah.
nursing home laundry, so it's a pretty significant security violation, it's not a joke.
So do you have any other questions to ask on that?
No, I didn't realize that nursing home people were stuffing drugs in their,
Well, it's maybe not
Not them,
it
but-
may not be our residents, but, you know, and with all due respect to all of our employees that are honest and whatnot, there are people that would be able to do that if you are introducing anything into the jail. It
It's
is
also
very-
visitors,
Yeah.
visitors to the
Visitors to
nursing home
nursing
residents.
home. It is an issue. Okay, so, you finished your questions?
Okay, just about, so just in review, you said you were basically, the laundry is operating 6 days a week, 5 hours a day
Yes, sir.
For the jail?
to accommodate the jail's needs.
Yes, sir.
Okay, but, so it sounds that the physical plant would be capable, it may not be perfect, but the physical plant would be capable of taking it on during another time, another shift. Not that that would be ideal, but it would be physically
Okay,
possible.
Mr. Murray?
Hi. The laundry facility that we have at the nursing home now is barely adequate for what they do. They run an 8-hour shift, 7 days a week. What we would like to do is take one of the washing machines and one of the dryers from the jail and bring it over here to increase our efficiency. That would leave Jason with one commercial washer, one commercial dryer, and we would also give him our residential washer that we don't use because he does have some small loads that he needs to do occasionally. That's the intent of where we'd like to go with this. We're not going to ask to purchase any equipment. It's just going to be remodeling the plumbing over there to accommodate it.
Okay. All right, Representative Babson and then Treganza.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Madam Chairman, for the record, I would just like to say that I don't want to be included in Representative Algren's statement that the delegation heard a figure from Mr. Albee. I've been coming to these meetings for a long, long time, and the only figure I've ever heard is excuse me, $100,000 to take down 2 wings.
Okay. Representative Treganza.
Yeah, if I may, Madam Chairman, I have a question for Bob Murray.
Mm-hmm.
How many washing machines and how many dryers are needed? And are they the same size as the ones in the jail, or are they different size?
No, we have a 35-pound washing machine at the nursing home, at the old, we have a 35-pound washing machine at the old nursing home and 2 80-pound dryers, which is, just like I said, just barely adequate. Jason has a 40-pound washing machine and an 80-pound dryer that we would bring over to essentially double our capacity, but it would operate much more efficiently.
And how much space are we talking about?
We have enough room in the old laundry room to accommodate this equipment. We
Which
just have
is
to we just have-
approximately how many feet? Is it like 30 feet by 20 feet?
I don't have the numbers in front of me, I have them next door. But all we would need to do is just rearrange some folding areas, maybe move into one of the adjacent offices to do some folding, but the room dimensions can accommodate new equipment.
Okay, Representative Treganza, I think that Randy Remick may have.
I'm just going to add something to that. The budget that you had in front of you for the laundry area improvements was about 1,600 square feet total. I'd say about half of that's the existing laundry, and about half of that is the old Barbara Beauty and a couple of rooms behind the electrical room. And that's where the folding improvements and so forth would occur if that was renovated. We were going to reconfigure about half that space, move the equipment around. to make that more efficient, and then the other space was gonna be used for clean linen and folding operations, so you could move things out to the van and back to the folks' rooms.
You get your answer?
Thank you.
Okay.
Essentially, we're looking for more
Thank you.
efficient use of the space and the equipment that we already have.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, Representative Scalia.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This question's to Jason. Jason, if we continue on with this this plan where you lose a dryer and a washer, does that increase your staff? I mean, it seems like you'd be cut by 50%. Does that hamstring you at all?
What do you mean by to increase my staff?
Well, you're saying that you're doing about 5 hours of laundry a day. If you take some of your equipment away, does that mean that increases the hours of?
It would, yeah, because we do whites and colors with the 2 washers that we have now, so we would just have to split the loads.
Follow up if
Yes.
I might. I guess my question, Jason, is I know you're short-staffed as it is right now. Does that put you in a situation where you're lacking help because everybody's in a laundry room?
Well, we don't supervise when we put the inmate in there, because we're doing our own laundry inside the facility, so we don't, we do roaming checks in there, so we don't staff it 100% of the time. If we were to bring in outside laundry, then we would have to start searching it, inspecting it, and things of that nature. That's where your staffing comes to be.
Okay, thank you.
So there is some added hours that your one washing machine would have to do, but it's not an added personnel, and it would just be instead of, our visitors don't have an awful lot to do with their days, right? Representative Benson.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Madam Chairman, is this much to do about nothing? Over the lifetime of the building and the mortgage, we're talking about probably $1,000 in washing and drying machines. Yes, the planning is important, but aren't we beating a dead horse with the amount of money the new equipment would cost?
Representative Babson, everybody has their questions and everybody will get them answered.
That's my question.
Yes. I have to, in some part, agree with you, however, everybody.
Planning's important.
Planning is important,
begrudge
and
that.
it's good to see that what happens is when you go to reconfigure the laundry, we're not asking for great, big, beautiful, new commercial machines, and it's the first, and I haven't been at any building committee meetings, but it's the first that I've heard that you're going to switch over from the jail and doing that, which seems like a logical thing to do. However, not all of us are logical. Yes, Representative Merrill.
A while back, we were discussing, at one point, mothballing, and we seemed to get away from it and didn't get back to it. And just a couple of thoughts on that. You know, we've been discussing this nursing home and what we're going to do with it for a long time. It seems to me we ought to be able to make a decision somewhere along the line. And if you mothball it, it's not only going to cost you money to mothball it. When you do decide to do something with it, assuming that the economy improves, and I think it will, and the rate of inflation goes up, which I think it will, and the cost of materials is going to cost you more, maybe by mothballing it, than it would if we made a decision and went ahead with it. To me, mothballing is just kicking the can down the road, and I don't think we should be doing that.
Okay. Anybody else have anything else to add? Any other questions, anything that you would like to address or add? Representative Umberger.
Yes, I guess that I really need to come to grips with whether or not the co-op really wants to move down here. Okay. And I am, I'm not sure that I have heard from the co-op what the pros and cons are of the move. In other words, if they move down here, they can do this and this and this, which they can't do in their current building because of space or time or whatever. I haven't heard things like, if it's going to cost us the same amount of money by the co-op moving down here, then is it worthwhile? Yeah, I mean, it's the same amount, 42.5 is what the commissioner said. So, but I'm not, although we've talked about it, you know, we've made some